This is music, and this is a party that I'm very late to. Welcome to another First Impressions video. In these videos I share with you my first impressions of the many blind buys I have a tendency to pick up. I have this small stack of CDs to talk about this time, and there are a couple of parties in here that I am very late to, and that actually applies to the first one here, Kill Grid by Enforced. So Kill Grid was released, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, so I'm not that late to the party, but still it's from 2021. Finally, I got around to checking this one out. A lot of people describe it as crossover death thrash. I get the death thrash part, but I don't hear a whole lot of crossover, to be honest, but maybe that's just me. In any case, this is great, awesome riffs, great thrash metal with harsh, deathy vocals. And I think if you like Arise, and if you like Beneath the Remains, that era of Sepultura, I think you will really enjoy this one too. It kind of reminded me a lot of, actually, the death thrash era of Sepultura. But they're their own thing, of course. Great stuff. If you like thrash metal, I think you will really enjoy it. Up next, we have this one here. Epitaphs, Echoes Entombed, the demo anthology. This is a dive bomb release. It has 2 demos on it, and then some bonus tracks which are kind of remastered, actually remixed versions of some of the songs from these 2 demos. And it's early 90s stuff. You have a demo from 91 and a demo from 92. Dive bomb release, and actually similar to Enforced, this is quality death thrash, not dissimilar to what Sepultura had going on around the same time as these guys. And for demo tapes, or not tapes, but they were originally demo tapes, of course, from the early 90s, this actually sounds pretty good production wise. Some awesome songs, massive riffs, death thrash aggression. If you haven't heard these guys, I mean, I understand if you missed out on them back in the day, because they just did those demos, at least in 91 and 92, right? If you missed out on them back in the day, do check out this Dive Bomb release. It's great stuff, and that's why it's such a great thing we have a label like Dive Bomb. Up next, we have War Machine by Invig, Swedish death metal. It's out on Cryptorium Records. I bought some CDs and some vinyl from Cryptorium, and they threw this one in for free, and I appreciate they did that, because this is really good stuff. It has some elements perhaps from melodic death metal, but it has more elements from crust punk and crusty death metal, which I don't know if it's, I mean, this is from 2017, so that scene is probably still going on. In the 2000s and 2010s in particular, there were lots of Swedish death metal bands that incorporated a lot of crust punk into their style, and that's what you get here too, along with your death metal riffage and all that stuff. Great stuff. I really like this. If you want to hear some Swedish death metal that's not melodic death metal, but more like, kind of like Bastard Priest and things like that, check Invig out as well. Great stuff. I certainly feel very happy that they threw in that one for free. Up next, Shoot the Messenger by Evil, Danish traditional heavy metal. Evil, they're a band that go way, way, way back to the 80s. This one here came out at some point in the 2000s, 2015 or 16 or something like that. And at this point, it was a one-man project, one original member from the band. And then he has Søren Adamsen doing like vocals. Søren Adamsen was previously in Artillery. But yeah, traditional metal, maybe with a slight speed metal edge every now and then, but it is old school metal, but it has a modern production, to be sure. But it's very good stuff, and I think they're back to being a fully fledged band now with 5 members that are all full-time members. But one-man project here. Very good stuff. If you like their old kind of releases, I think you will like this too. That's just a more updated version of it, sound-wise. And if you like, this new wave of traditional heavy metal, I think you will like this as well. Very good stuff. I haven't heard I think they released one album after they became a fully fledged band again. I haven't heard that one, but I certainly want to check that out. Up next, another party that I'm really late to, Persona Non Grata by Exodus, their latest album, and it's from 2021. I think I bought it towards the middle of 2021. I only got around to listening to it now. A lot of people have described it as being a bit over the top, especially Steve Zeusa's vocals, and some people have criticized it for sounding clinical. I don't get any of that critique, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it's over the top. I think it's just at the top. I think it's great stuff. Awesome riffs. It's modern thrash metal, with some songs kind of peeking back to the glory days of the 80s, but it's modern thrash metal. I really love Steve Zeusa's the sound of his voice here. He sounds like an enraged Smurf who will kill you if he gets his hands on you. But I think that why people think it's a bit over the top is that Steve Zeusa also does some death growls every now and then, but I think it fits the music pretty well when he does the death growls. I don't see the problem there. A lot of people have trash talked the song Clickbait. Again, I don't see why. It's not different from any of the other songs on this album. Maybe it's just because it's called Clickbait and it's about, I don't know, the internet or something like that. I think it's a good song, like all the songs on here. The only part of critique maybe that I have is that perhaps there are a bit too many songs on this one. It's not that big of a problem when you have it on CD or if you have it in digital format, but maybe, yeah, if you have it on vinyl, because it's probably gotta be almost like a triple LP, isn't it? I don't remember. Maybe double or triple LP, and that's expensive, so I get that. But on CD, it's fine. You can skip songs and so on and so forth. So I think this is very good. It's not samey either. Most of the songs were written by Gary Holt, but you have some songs that were written by some of the other members every now and then. So I like it. I don't see the problem, to be honest. I've heard worse albums by Exodus and obviously by other bands too. Okay, the last one is this one here, Silver Mountain Before the Storm. Yeah, Before the Storm, demo 1980. So it's a demo, but as you can see, it's a full freaking album. And it's out on No Remorse. It's from 1980, so this is very early 80s metal, and this is great. It's actually ahead of its time a bit. It's energetic, it's up-tempo. You also have some mid-tempo songs. You have your traditional metal elements. But remember, this is from 1980, and it sounds like something from maybe 83 or 84, so it's ahead of its time. And the cover artwork looks very weird and cheesy. Don't let that fool you. The music is great. All the songs are fantastic. If you like stuff like, new wave of British heavy metal, if you like Motorhead at their more melodic, because they do have some melodic elements in some of their songs every now and then. If you like stuff like European heavy metal from the early 80s as well, like Bratz and Sad Iron and things like that, I think you'll enjoy this one. Silver Mountain, it's great stuff. I really enjoyed listening to this, so do check it out if that sounds like your jam. So yeah, some parties that I was really late to, but at least I have arrived now, wondering why everyone has already passed out and half of the people have already left. But there you go. I liked all of these CDs, and if some of them, one of them, all of them, whatever, sounds interesting to you, I can certainly recommend checking them out. Thanks for watching.